Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Carol Massar, along with Alexis Christophorus. Let's get to some of the stocks on the move this Thursday. Carmen Reinecke in the house. She's equities reporter and deputy team leader for U.S. equities. Got to talk Ulta. It is rallying big time in the aftermarket.
Yeah, let's look at it. So this is ticker ULTA. Shares of Ulta are up about 5.4% right now. So the company had quarterly earnings and it raised its full year outlook, and it also reported better than expected results in the third quarter. So really what it looks like here is that consumers are definitely happy to keep spending on cosmetics. And this can be, actually a really good sign in the economy. It's a place that people look at. It's like smaller discretionary purchases. So people are definitely still spending on these things, and investors are happy about it, sending the shares up in after hours.
Well, we did see the CEO also talk about consumers remaining cautious, which has really been kind of, I feel like, the watchword or words from
from retailers, no matter what kind of retailer you're talking about. It went from Kroger on down, right? I mean, the food companies, the clothing companies. Although Abercrombie and Fitch yesterday had a really nice earnings situation.
Dollar General today too. So they're we're seeing these pockets of places where people are still spending and willing to spend, and it looks like Ulta.
But Dollar General tells a really big story, right? When they're doing well, it says how people are looking for bargains. All right, so Ulta, it is definitely up 5.5% here in the aftermarket. Let's go to HPE, also reported after the closing bell.
Yeah, so this is down about 8% right now. It gave an outlook for sales in the current quarter that was just a little bit shy of what Wall Street expected. So basically they're saying revenue will be about $9 billion. Analysts were expecting, closer to $10 billion. So this is kind of an issue because it suggests that the company isn't meeting some very high expectations for the sales of AI servers. HPE is definitely a name that's gotten a boost from the AI trade so far this year. And, that's something that investors have just become sort of increasingly cautious about going forward. They really want to see the results, the ROI, return on investment in these companies.
Is this just an example of hey, good is not good enough? You need to just be spectacular.
Yeah, I think that we see a lot of that. We're seeing that, it's not just a beat and raise isn't enough. It has to really blow earnings out of their water. And so then if you fall a little bit short, I think investors have been very swift to punish those stocks, especially if they're a name that's had a big run this year. I'm just going to pull up the year to date view. And so,
yeah, I'm curious. I was going to pull that up.
It's down. It definitely looks like it got hit in the sort of drawdown that we've seen from October, but it's still up very, significantly since April, at least, maybe about flat on the year. So a lot of these names are really just under watch by investors. And so we're seeing, HP slip a little bit here.
Yeah. So another after the bell, a company that's a little bit smaller than HPE, Praxis Precision, it's a medical company. And I know that it's smaller market cap, smaller company. So the volatility is greater. The stock is up something like 54% here in aftermarket. What can you tell us?
So ticker PRAX. So basically it had two things here. So it says that a study of a medication, I'm going to try to say it, reluctrine.
You're brave, man.
Okay.
So basically this company does a lot of sort of nervous system disorders. So this treats a central nervous system disorder, was successful. It also said that it has an NDA for another drug in the works to treat essential tremor. So both of these things were really positive. Shares are off their highs a little bit. It looks like in post-market up about 15%, but you're right, they were up as much as 50% after hours, especially when the headlines about the NDA hit.
Yeah.
And up about 147% year to date, although almost 15% of the float is short. So but it's, one of these high flyers, right, when it comes to biotech.
Yeah. And then not earnings, but a share sale helping out SoFi Technologies.
Yeah, so we're looking at SoFi, ticker SOFI. It's actually down about 5.5% right now. So it's seeking to raise $1.5 billion in the share sale, working with Goldman Sachs, looking to offer shares for between $27.50 to $28.50. So right now it's trading actually right about in that rate. It's trading at about $28 per share in after hours. So it's a little bit of a discount to Thursday's close. So it makes sense that the stock would be selling off a little bit here.
Why are they doing this?
Why are investors doing this?
Yeah, it says, let me see, our reporting is saying that it's enhancing capital position, new business opportunities.
Okay.
And it looks like we've reached out, but don't immediately have a response to request for comment.
Yeah. Okay. It's interesting, right? Yeah. And it also says
That's a big sale.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's looking to diversify beyond lending into other products, so they're looking to raise some money to like expand in terms of business. I'm always curious about why they need why the share sale and what they're looking to do. So yeah, it looks like they're expanding their business.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.